Hey everyone, my name is Anthony Sakari, owner at New York State Solar Farm, and I'm sitting here with Chuck Schwartz, our Director of Commercial Sales. And today we're out on the road for most of the day, visiting different commercial sites that are going solar. And we just wanted to make a quick video because right now in New York, there's a lot of different commercial incentives available for business owners, farm owners, different agricultural businesses. And Chuck, I was wondering if you could tell us about some of the incentives that are available right now.
Absolutely. This is probably one of the best times in history for putting solar onto commercial buildings and also land and farms. New York State has a rebate that's available to us for the systems. It's right now 25 cents per watt.
Yeah.
But there's other adders and incentives that are possible at the same time. But more importantly, there's these tax incentives that have come from the Inflation Reduction Act that was passed last year. Two big things about that. The first is that the investment tax credit, the investment tax credit is now 30%. Originally, it was going to be down to 26%, 24%,
and then 22.
And then 22. They raised it to 30%. But even more important, now it's possible that not-for-profits, because it used to be very difficult for churches and community organizations, municipalities, and school districts to do solar, they now have the ability to take advantage of that too through a program called direct pay. They can actually get, so organizations that don't pay taxes get the equivalent
of the tax credit.
Of the tax credit as a payment. Now,
and that's something that hasn't been available since probably like 8 to 9 years ago in solar.
It made it incredibly difficult to do solar at nonprofits. The other thing in our area here up in Hudson Valley is that there is some excellent grants available from the Department of Agriculture for rural small businesses, which is pretty much everybody in the Hudson Valley. Going up, you got to go past up to Albany.
But a common question that we get when business owners, when we say that you qualify for the USDA grant, they say, well, I'm not a farm or an ag business. You do not have to be. Small businesses qualify for the USDA REAP grant.
Yep.
So that's something that's really important to know, that you do not have to be a farm or an agricultural business, just a small business. And what's the percentage of the project that they get back currently? This is probably going to change and go down in the future. It definitely is going to go down in the future because it's high right now, but what are we currently at?
We're talking about 50% of the cost of the solar system being paid for by the REAP grant.
So 50% of the cost of the project being covered by the USDA. You also have a 30% federal tax credit. You also have accelerated depreciation, and you have the NYSERDA grant.
NYSERDA rebate.
With some of these systems, correct me if I'm wrong, but we're seeing net positive cash flow after year one in some of these.
I mean, we're seeing returns on investment for these systems that we've never really seen.
Yeah.
It's unprecedented.
Usually we would see LED lighting, and they would always be at 3-year return on investment LED lighting retrofits. And for solar to be in that wheelhouse of 3 years or less return on investment on the commercial side is pretty awesome.
Oh, and one other thing too is, because we do serve Westchester County also, it's a lot different from the rebate structure in Westchester County in Con Ed territory. So if there's anybody who's looking at this and owns a building in Con Ed territory, you should be looking at solar because they are putting a tremendous amount of money into getting solar, in getting more power, really.
So the way
so badly.
You're referring to the megawatt block?
I'm referring to the special rebate that exists for small commercial in Con Ed territory.
Yeah. So the state incentive is a little different for if you're farther up north versus when you go farther south. The farther south you go, the systems are usually smaller, so the rebate is higher to get the incentive for the incentive a little more for those areas to go solar because there's more people there, smaller systems, harder to get approved. Our incentive for the megawatt block grant is a little less, not by much, because we could do bigger systems here, and they say they're a little easier to get approved, but I don't think that's the case. But if you're interested in doing solar for your business or farm, you could reach out to us, and you're going to be working directly with Chuck and myself. We'll give you a good just design so you could see what's possible at your location. You know, there's no cost involved with that. It's just literally picking up the phone, understanding what you're looking at, understanding where we could put the solar, and then we would give you just a rough idea quote so you could see how the incentives work out, and then you can give that form to your accountant, and the accountant could say, yeah, we could definitely take advantage of these or not.
And we have financing now.
Yes.
To be able to help the cash flow aspects of the project too.
We've never had commercial financing before. If we did, it was really hard to qualify for, but now we have commercial financing through one of our lenders as well. Any closing thoughts, Chuck?
Don't wait. Things are going to change at some point.
Yeah.
You know, some of this is tied to the whims of politics, and it's kind of a crazy world.
There is, but there's never been a better time to look into
Without a
it.
doubt.
And all of the links to get in touch with us are down below. Thanks so much.